All right, this is about Lewisburg, man. This is about Lewisburg back in the day. I'm gonna tell you about how the 10 o'clock a.m. count started, 4 o'clock count started, and why they started. Oh, my bag, stand-up count started. This way they started the stand-up count, because they always did count, but they never did stand-up count. This way stand-up count came from. All right.
Mecca what? Mecca audio. Mecca what? Mecca audio.
All right. So this is where the 10 o'clock count started, right? Where they started doing the 10 o'clock count. So don't say I didn't tell you. I'm giving y'all the game so y'all fully understand what's going on. This is where the 10 o'clock count started from. This unique Mecca audio, man. Unique Mecca audio where I'm here. Sit back, let me take you for a ride. I'm in my cell. See, I got my little graffiti on the wall and I'm doing what I gotta do. So now, because I'm in a cell because this starts in the cell. You know what I mean? And ends in the cell. You know? Now pay attention. Now, they used to have count where the police used to walk through and count and you could be doing anything. You know what I mean? They walk through and, you know what I mean? And they just count and, you know, keep going or whatever. But you had to be either in front of your cell or laying down in your bed. You understand what I'm saying? And they don't care how you laying down. Dudes be sleeping, the covers over their head and all that. So now this is how the 10 o'clock count started. Police come around, they doing the count. You know what I mean? There was 2 white dudes out there, you know, in Lewisburg. They had a beef over the weight pile, over the weights. Dude go out there to go get the weights. White dude put his shirt out there, you know, went out there from like breakfast, like his man working the yard or something. So he working the yard, so he took his, you know, like his shirt or his sock, and he put his sock over the weight bar. So that means that he's holding that weight set for when he come. Because they had weights in the jail at the time. I'm even going to tell you about how they took the prisons, you know, from the joints. I might even do that, make that a part 2 to this, how they took the weights and the pool tables and ping pong, foosball. We got all that in the penitentiary. Now, they done took all that out. So now, dude's sitting there and they getting a beef over the weight pile. You know what I mean? So they start arguing, you know, but they don't get to fighting out there. I mean, it gets ugly. They threaten each other's lives and, you know what I mean? They did all this crazy stuff that, you know, you ain't supposed to be doing in prison. But the dude that was doing all the crazy stuff, that was talking all aggressive, he goes back in the unit. So he goes back in the unit. Dude goes up in the cell and he stabs him. You understand? Subscribe, man. If you ain't subscribed, subscribe. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. I know you forgot to subscribe because you're here every day. You forgot. But we need you to subscribe. And whenever you tune in, you hit the like button and you hit that emoji button. You ain't even got to say a comment. Just hit the emoji button in the comment and you pick your favorite emoji and send that in. That make this joint go viral. So y'all teach this to other YouTubers because I'm trying to help everybody because we all supposed to eat, you know? Now, he sit there and he come in and they get to rumbling in the cell, you know? So you go get their knife and the 2 of them get their knives and they in there and they banging, they rocking and rolling. You know what I mean? I mean, boom, they pushing. And remind me to tell you the one about the female CO, you know what I mean? That was whooping dude's ass in there. You know what I mean? Now, so they in there rocking and rolling. They stabbing each other, boom, 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 and they going at it. So the dude messed around and he got a good shot and he caught him in the neck. You know what I mean? So when he caught him in the neck, you know what I mean? It was just a nice little puncture, you know what I mean? With a little ice pick. Ice pick, real skinny, skinnier than your pinky. You know what I mean? Like maybe, you know, it take 4 ice picks to make the size of your pinky. So you can imagine how small it is. So he hit him in his neck, boop. So when he hits him in his neck, he falls out. So now he dies. The dude that, you know, killed him, the one that was, you know, because this is the aggressor that was talking all the trash. He kills him. So he goes back and the quiet dude go back and he go tell his little friends, he said, yo, man, you know, I just had a fight with dude over the weight pile. I think he dead. I was, you know, fighting him. I hit him in his neck. So his friends go down there and look and they see that he dead. So now they getting ready to call count. You know what I mean? So they say, damn. So they take the body, they take the dead body, and they take it and bring it in the shower, and they put him in the shower, and they turn the water on to get the steam going in the shower, and he's sitting in the shower. He's sitting in the shower and he's slumped over, so he look like he just got the water beating on him, enjoying the joint. Copy your hat, man. The pro safe for my man, Al space RAW Raw. Over on Instagram. That's the Proceed hat. He got the man time hat and all that. I'm pushing my man brand. Good dude from Jersey. So now dude's sitting under the water and the water beating on him. So the police go through count. He see a man sitting in the shower. Cause you know, we take our cheer in there sometimes and we go sit down, just let the water beat on us and just try and just release all the bull crap that we going through and the reality of, you know, we expected to die in prison. So police go by and they count, boom, 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 and he keeps going. So after he's done counting, they take the body and they put it back in the room, you know what I mean, in the bed. You know, so everybody go on with their thing. We go out there, we play a little basketball, we lift a little weights, play football, a little softball, and smoke a little weed, drink a little white lightning, and we chilling, and you know, we go back in the unit. Then here comes 4 o'clock count. 4 o'clock count, they take the same body and they put it in the bed and they lay him down, but they lay him down with his face facing the wall in the cell, like towards, you know, my Mecca audio logo. So dude laying down like this. So the police come through, he counts. So everything is good. They done made it out of that. We go eat dinner, you know what I mean? Chill out, you know what I mean? Come back, watch the basketball game. And then now it's 10 o'clock lockdown. 10 o'clock lockdown, the police come. So now they got the dude that, you know, that's dead in the cell. They take him and they lay him on his back with a book on his chest, like if he fell asleep reading. So he's laying down with a book on his chest. You understand what I'm saying? And he's there sleeping. So the police come through and they count and they keep going. So now the next morning come and they got the 6 a.m. count. So the 6 a.m. count come and he laying down, he got the blanket. They don't put the blanket over his head now, like if he's laying down sleeping and he in the fetal position, so the police think it's just an inmate sleeping. So the police count, keep going again. So now, you know, here comes lunchtime. Lunchtime come, everybody go work out, and we all talk about, man, yo, you know, that body up in there. You know what I mean? The police ain't even find it, man. When they find it, they're gonna lock down. So everybody ran to the commissary, go get their little butt naked soup, you know, little 25-cent soup. You don't know how long we might be locked down or whatever. So they prepared for a lockdown with the butt naked soup and the crackers. You know what I mean? Or you need a little hot water from the sink, or you make a little, you know, stinger in there, put the stinger. I'm gonna show y'all what a stinger is too. Stinger is when you take, you know, a piece of metal and you wrap, you know, a electrical cord that you cut, you know what I mean, over it, and then you plug an electrical cord. When you plug it in, you know, it heats up the metal that you put at the end, and that makes heat where it turns real red. You put it in your little cup of water, you know what I mean, and it warms your water up for your coffee when you locked in the cell at night, because they had plugs in the cell at that time. Now, here they come, you know. They done had their little breakfast. They done had their little lunch. So here it is 3 days later, fast forward. So 3 days later, we all up in there, and now the body's starting to stink. So the police come through, and when they come through, they got dude laying on his back, you know what I mean? And he got his hand behind his head like he's laying down asleep. You know what I mean? So the police come in, figure he's asleep, they count him and just keep it moving. You understand what I'm saying? So now when they count and keep it moving, you know, everybody like, man, I can't believe the police didn't find that body yet, but I got my butt naked. I'm ready for a lockdown. So now they come back through, and then here comes Thursday come. Thursday's when, you know, the administration walked through the jail, the warden, the AW captain, all that, like they inspecting the cells, making sure that the police doing their thing and we not tearing the cell up, putting graffiti on the wall and none of that. So now here come the administration come through. The administration come through, and dude is laying down, but now they got him with his legs crossed. You know what I mean? Like he laying with one leg bent and his leg crossed, you know? But they had him like that from the last move. So when they come through, he's sitting in there, and they tried to lay him down, you know, and put the blanket over him like he was asleep. But now the rigor mortis done set in, and his leg wouldn't separate to put him in any other positions, because the body started locking up. It's a true story. This in prison. If y'all was in Lewisburg back in the early 90s, y'all remember this story. So now administration come through, and dude laying down, so the police walked by, and the police with the warden, and the warden said, how you doing today, sir? And he didn't answer. You know what I mean? So the warden said, excuse me, you know, why are you in the bed anyway and you under the covers? Dude didn't answer. So the police go in there, the warden go in there with the police, and the police goes and he shakes him to move him, and the boy body stiff. You know what I mean? So he looked back at the warden like, and the warden said, what's going on? You know what I mean? And he said, man, I don't know. So when they look, they see that the man is dead. You know what I mean? So by the time they went and called the medical and everybody come down, they said, man, rigor mortis done said, and this man been dead at least 3-4 days. So the warden's like, how come nobody didn't know that he was dead for 3 or 4 days? How's a man dead in my prison and nobody know for 3 or 4 days? You understand what I'm saying? This is the type of stuff that go on in prison. So if you want to go to prison, live like this, you keep doing what you're doing. I'm telling you, don't do it. It ain't worth it, because it ain't even what we had to go through and didn't have nothing to do with it. Wasn't even worth it. Him losing his life wasn't worth it. The dude killing him wasn't worth it. None of this is worth it. None of this is worth going to prison. So that's why I tell you. But that's why I'm sitting trying to do the right thing. Cash App on the screen. Hit the Cash App. I don't care if it's $5. If you like the story, you like the content, show some love the same way you tip when you're at a restaurant. And don't go complain about a nigga asking for a cash app. Yeah, because this is how business works. This is business. You know what I mean? You don't complain when a waitress, expect her tip. You just know to do it. But you come to YouTube and you think you're supposed to get your service for free. Don't work that way. You know what I mean? I go to other channels, I donate to other channels. You understand what I'm saying? If I like the content. You like the content, you know what to do. That's all. If you don't have it, hit the like button, hit the emoji. All right? That's it. It's that simple. And cop the book of Rowan Harlem. My man, Al Raw, got the Pro Say hat and the Man Time hat. You know what I mean? I'm going to have the hat in the next video. It's in the other room. But anyway, so they locked the joint down. So when they locked the joint down and they try to figure out what's going on, Washington, D.C. come down there, and Washington's like, yo, how is a man dead for 3-4 days and nobody knows that he's dead? Didn't y'all do count? And they're like, yeah, but you know what I mean? He was alive when I did count. How was he alive when he been dead 3 or 4 days? So you went and counted dead body for 3 or 4 days. How did they get over on you that you didn't know that this man was dead? Or was you down with it? This is what they saying, because this the white dudes, and back then they had the white dudes in the prison over there at Lewisburg. They had the Aryan Brotherhood that was running the prison. Aryan Brotherhood was the one that was bringing the dope in for the brothers, like how we was out west and we had the black police bringing it in for us. You know what I mean? Yeah, and it ain't telling because, dude already got caught. Police took his weight, pled guilty, and didn't tell on the inmate. Inmate didn't tell on the police. Police copped out to just resign and walk away. So that's how we know these stories, and these stories already, documented. So we don't need to troll them. Oh, he telling. You know how you dudes do, look for anything. Everybody try and use the word telling and this and that because they gonna tell. You gonna tell so you won't make it look like everybody else is gonna tell. Stop it, Five. We don't do that. You know what I mean? Stop it. We don't do that, homies. You know what I mean? We don't do that. All right? So now we up in the joint, So everybody's sitting there, and it's crazy because here comes the police come up in there and they trying to figure out what to do. Next thing you know, they tell us from now on, we got to stand up for count. So every count is mandatory that you stand up on your 2 feet so they know you're alive. Every count is stand up now because they killed this dude. He been dead 3 or 4 days. So could you believe that this type of thing is going on? I mean, come on, man. Like, where did this happen at? Where did this happen at? Prison. That's why I say don't go to prison. It ain't worth it. It ain't worth it at all. You know what I mean? I done did 26 years, witness all these crazy stories that I'm sitting here telling you. So don't sit here thinking that none of this is cool, because none of this is cool. You know what I mean? So now I get to 80X. You know what I mean? I wound up getting rid of the police. I'm in 80X. I'm the only one in the cell. I'm by my cell, and here go the police coming by, and the police is telling me to stand up for count. I never heard of nothing like that, because when I was in Lewisburg, there was no stand-up. I went to 80X from Lewisburg, so therefore I didn't know nothing about no stand-up count. I already hit the police right after this, so I didn't hear the new rule about standing up for count. You understand? Because they wasn't even enforcing it because I was in the hole in Lewisburg, so they didn't trip on it in the hole, even though even in the hole you're supposed to stand up for count. But it's when they just implemented it, they know they can't tell us to stand up in the hole. We're already being punished. We're not standing up. We're not going for none of that crap. None of that is happening. You know what I mean? None of that. So now, I'm in 80X and the police come by and he said, inmate, stand up for count. I said, first of all, I'm a convict. And second of all, I'm not standing up. You see me here, you talking to me, you know I'm alive, we don't need to have this conversation. You know what I mean? He said, nah, that's the new rule. You got to stand up. I said, I don't care nothing about no new rule. I'm under the old rule. I do what I want to do, and you do what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to count, and keep it moving, and leave me the hell alone. You know what I mean? Before I pull out my shit bottle on you. You know the shit bottle, that's where you take the shampoo and you fill it up with urine and feces and rotten eggs, and you put that joint in the window, let the sun beat on it through the glass, get it hot so it start cooking and bubbling and smell like trash. You open the lid up, the joint stink up the whole unit for about 2-3 hours. So I'm like, yo, don't let me have to shit you down, man. You know what I mean? Get away from myself before I shit you down. That's the word that we tell them in there. We're going to shit you down, man. You know what I mean? So now the police leave. I'm going to give you one. I'm going to give you another one because, I feel good today. I'm in Lum Park. We're going to go back to 80X, and we start in Lewisburg, so now we riding. I'm taking on a couple penitentiaries. We're in 80X, and it was this, my man in there was from South Bend, Indiana. I got to get in touch with my man because I really want to say his name when I tell the story of him. like how I told you, Lil Jimmy, I still got to give you part 3 of Lil Jimmy, but I'm not really ready yet, because I don't know if y'all ready for part 3 of Lil Jimmy, because Lil Jimmy went crazy. That's the little Chinese that was from New York that was holding it down. Went out there, was selling dope by himself, wasn't running with New York car, no car, was running as an independent because he's Chinese, he got away with it. And then the Bloods tried to roll up on him and, you know, jumped on him, and he fought him off. He had the straight stunts, you know, big shout out to K Slade, you know, ace bandages around his body to be a bulletproof vest. Watch them old videos, man. Don't just come to my channel and watch the newest video. I got over 100 videos. All of them is fire. So if I don't put up something one day, just spend the day and look at the previous videos you might have missed, because they all fire. You know what I mean? Don't forget to hit the emoji and the like button. And don't forget, don't go to prison so you ain't got to learn these stories in order to come out here and be doing this instead of being a kingpin. You up here tell them, yo, they go to Cash App on the screen. I don't care if you send me $5. You ain't trying to wind up like me, so that's why I'm trying to tell you what it is. I'm keeping it 100. But this pays the bills, and everything is good, and I'm out of prison. My parole officer like it. Everybody like it, and you even like it. That's why I say if you like it, you donate. So now, we up in the joint. You know what I mean? So we in Lum Park. And my man from South Bend, Indiana, there, you see the way the bars is behind me? That's the way the cells are set up. So the police come through and they make rounds different days for the counselor, unit manager, case manager, and whatever you need, because you can't really move around to get what it is that you want. So now it was she was like Philippine and Chinese, real thick. And we talking about like 2001. You know what I mean? I'm talking about before, you know, the ass surgery and the implants and, you know, girls, everybody looking like a supermodel. But she had that body like a supermodel. So now, my man used to sit there and gun all the females. He's sitting in his cell like this. When the females come by, he's standing there butt naked, and he's pulling on his tallywhacker. And he's gunning them. So now shorty comes by, and all the females come by. They know what he gonna do, because if they say something, he gonna pull out the shit bottle and threaten to, shit them down. So the females normally just look. Some like it, they'll stop and they'll play it off. Picture this now. He's standing right there where I'm at right now, and he's facing the front of the bars, and he's pulling on his dick, masturbating. And here goes a female police come by, and she'll stop. And she'll say, excuse me, do you need anything? Do you need any cop-outs, visiting forms? You know, boop, 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 boop. And, she talking to him, but the whole time she only talking to him so she continue to look at him, because she want to see this big mandingo that he's standing there with, because she go home. Like this one lady said, female police, she caught me in the shower. You know what I mean? She catch me in the shower, and she said, man, you so big, you make my husband look like a hermaphrodite. I said, huh? You know what I mean? That was her way of trying to hit up on me. No disrespect to the LGBTQ, nobody else. I don't know how all this thing go. I'm just telling the story how I went in prison, so I'm not disrespecting anybody. Whatever you do, you do. As long as you can sleep good at the end of the night, that's all that matters. Just like me, all the demons I got, as long as I can sleep through my demons, can't nobody judge me but God at the end of the day. So now, my man's sitting there, jerking off to all the females. So this Philippine lady come through, the one with the bad body, looked like she belonged in a strip club or something. You know what I mean? It was really gorgeous, really gorgeous. You know what I mean? Short, thick, you know what I mean? And for a Philippine, when you normally see them with no breasts and flat butt, not disrespecting them, just telling you how they look back in my day. You know what I mean? Before all this other, the food they started serving with the steroids and the chicken to give everybody, cheeks and all that now. But, so she come by, and he's standing there, he doing his thing. So she said, oh, put that away. Oh, you nasty mother. And she going off for him. She cussing him out. And while she cussing him out, she cussing him out, and he's still, like, good, boo, 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 boo. And she called him all kinds of names. So next thing I know, you know what I mean? She goes running up the tier, and she's ripping her shirt off. And she ripped her shirt off where she ain't got nothing but a bra. Because he in the last cell. Police put him in the last cell, so all the female police know you don't want to see this man's private parts. Don't walk all the way down to the last cell. And the police would tell him, don't go to the last cell. He's out of control. But the females would go down there anyway and stop and, let him get his little thing on and enjoy the little view of a black man, playing with himself. So now this lady go running up the stairs. She's running up the stairs. She's ripping her shirt off. So all she got on is a bra. Nice, beautiful breastises. You know what I mean? Beautiful breastises. You know what I mean? So she rips the shirt off, she's running and she's screaming, and she had her hair up in a bun and that's falling out, and she go crazy, she running, she jumps in the institutional shower. You know what I mean? And she's scrubbing herself. What y'all think happened? Put in the comment. All these comment about it when I tell you, I'm going to take it. I don't want to hold up the story. I like to keep the things moving. My man done pulled out the shit bottle after he done got his nut, and he was squirted all on her. So here go this female, he done squirt feces, you know what I mean, with urine and rotten eggs that been sitting in the window all over this female's face and her chest and everything. So she ripping her clothes off and she running to go to the shower. So she jumps in the shower. We all got a view now of this beautiful woman running up the tier while we in prison over a decade, screaming, breasts is everywhere. I mean, breasts is everywhere. But we sitting there like, oh man, yo, son, you crazy. You know what I mean? So she in the shower, and while she in the shower, she screaming. So about 20 police come down there. So when they come down there, they tell him to cuff up. What do you think he did? You think he cuffed up? Put it in the comment. The answer is, hell no. He pulled his shit bottle down and shit down all the police that came down there. So now they come back down there and they talking about they're going to take him out the cell. So they say, if you don't come out, we coming in. So now what he do is he take a blanket, he block up the whole window, the whole cell right there, the whole bars. He block it up blanket so they can't see in. He clogged the toilet, he clogged the sink. He keep flushing the toilet so that the water would overflow. He keep flushing the sink so that'll overflow. And now he got the whole joint wet. You know what I mean? What do you think he did next if y'all been paying attention to my prison story? I think I told y'all this one about the ride in Lewisburg. You know how I handled that situation in Lewisburg that gave us a little extra leverage. You know what I mean? What do you think he did after he done flooded the cell and the police getting ready to come up in the cell? Put it in the comments. This is trivia time. See if y'all been paying attention. That's why I say go back and watch the previous videos, man. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you subscribe if you're not subscribed. Go back and watch the previous videos because they all fire. Don't just come to the channel and pick up from 5 days ago and only watch from 5 days forward because the other 99 videos before that was fire. You know what I mean? Check them out, you know? But anyway, so what he do is I gave the answer to this trivia back in the Lewisburg video, right? What he did was he took a bottle of shampoo, you know what I mean? And he squirt the shampoo all over the floor. And he take his feet and he kick it around to get it real sudsy and get the whole thing soapy because he know the police coming in there. Why you think he did that? Put in the comment. Why you think he did that? You know what I mean? Come on now.
Mecca what? Mecca audio.
He did that so when the police come in, they ain't got no leverage and they gonna slip all over the face and they give him a chance to boop, 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 and turn it over on him. You know what I mean? Because my man was ready to rumble. You understand what I'm saying? So now when they come down there, they bust the cell. As soon as the police try to rush him in the cell, you know what I mean? He kind of tall. He was like 6'6". Man, I gotta get in touch with him so I get his name. You gotta hear about this kid from South Bend, Indiana. Because Indiana been asked about these stories, but I don't get the stories without getting permission from the peoples first. You know what I mean? If I'm gonna say their name, but I really want to say his name because he was a good dude, man. You know what I mean? He was a good dude. Penitentiary good before y'all start hating, talking about how can he be a good dude when he's shitting down a female and disrespect to a female. We know all that. But in prison, she's not a female, she's just a cop. You know what I mean? So don't go to prison if you can't differentiate, you know what I mean, a female from a cop. When they're on the street, they're female. You know what I mean? When they're in civilian world, they're female. When they're a female and they working for law enforcement or any of that, this is just how it is. This is not where my mentality is at today, so I'm not promoting it, just letting the youngest know how this goes. None of this counts. None of this counts. Now she's just a piece of shit. You know what I mean? So you want to throw feces on her, you want to spit on her, whatever you want to do, that's in the prison. Don't mock me. I'm just giving you what go on the inside so you know don't go in there so you ain't got to degrade these women like this. Because they're not considered as women once they put on that uniform and they start running up in the cell with the police wanting to beat you up. And like I said, I got to tell you the one about the female police that used to fight dudes. Used to run up in the cell. Yeah, this big white motorcycle chick that used to run up in the cells and fight dudes, man. You know what I mean? If y'all want to hear about the motorcycle chick that worked at the prison that used to run up in the cell and fight dudes, I'll give you a couple of rounds with that. Cash App on the screen. At least a little $5. Show a little love. Hit the like if you can't to do the Cash App. Hit the emoji, do something, show some love, but cop the book of Ron Harlem, cop the hat, you know what I mean? Yeah, I'm doing a whole sales pitch, but that's what this is for. This is how we eat on YouTube. If y'all don't understand it, then I don't know what to tell you. You know what I mean? If you're thinking anything wrong with it, they got other channels to go to. But now, so now he's sitting there and he rumbling with the police and they fighting and they carrying on the cell, they tearing the cell up. And like I said, he about 6'6", he got these long arms and he from South Bend, Indiana, so you know he not to fight. I mean, he took one punch that came all the way from South Bend, you know what I mean? and connected in Lump Park. Police flew out the cell, banged his head on the bars. All you saw was blood everywhere. And all you saw was his long leg come out. You see the way the Mecca Audio unique thing behind me? That's where the wall at, but it's not a wall over there. It was, bars, and then you could look down, like chicken wine, you could look down. All you saw was his long leg come out, and my man from South Bend took his foot and kicked him into the chicken wire while his head was bloodied up. Smacked him, brought it all the way back from South Bend to Lump Park again, you know what I mean, and knocked the police out and went right back in the cell with the water and the soap on the floor where he got the advantage. You know what I mean? And was rocking and rolling. This is how we do in prison, man. If that's what you try to do, go on and do it. It's wide open. Whatever you want to do, feel free to do it. I'm telling you it wasn't worth it. That's why I tell you, if you think you're tough enough to deal with it, make sure you cop your shirt, man. You know what I mean? You have the right to remain solid. You can see what else is in the middle. You have the right to remain solid. That's why I tell you, don't do it, man. But if you feel you're tough enough to do it, just know to shut the F up. All right? That's it. Go to the website and get that at Unique Mecca Audio. But that's where we at. I'm not even going to be here all day. I done been here long enough want to give you all that, and I already know they're going to find something nitpick and pull apart the video, but that's what they do. This is YouTube. They try and eat a black man up that's trying to eat, because that's what our people do. You know what I mean? Our people that's not civilized, that don't understand. And the crazy part is the same people that's watching, the same people living with their mom in the basement. They got nothing better to do, no job, no nothing. And they ain't doing nothing, but then they'll say, oh, he's asking for a cash app. You know what I mean? Come on, my nigga. Go get a job or get a YouTube channel. All right? But that's where we at. So I'm getting ready to tap out real quick. Let me see. Here go my outro. All right? So make sure you cop the book of Raw in Harlem. Hit the like button. Hit the emoji. And the cash app is on the screen. All right?
Hi guys, welcome to Platinum Cuisines. We're located in Freeport on the Nautical Mile. Just wanted to introduce my partner, Amy.
Hi guys, how are you? And this is my sister-in-law, Diana, another partner. I just ask that you come support our minority-owned business. We serve Asian fusion, Caribbean cuisine, and we have a beautiful restaurant located on the Nautical Mile in Freeport, New York. And we're asking that you come check us out and also make sure to tune in to Mecca Audio TV.
Cheers, cheers, toast the crime, toast the crime, the crime, the crime, the crime.
What?
Fresh out the can of 26,
yeah.
Heat back on the strip, getting back in the mix.
Yeah.
What he mentions a gift.
Bruh.
You stand up 10 toes down, and I suggest you pay attention to this.
Real.
Take a little gully posse and put it in Harlem. He cut from the bottom, came up from the bottom. Drop the book, you should go and get it. The Instagram page and the YouTube, you could go and visit.
Yeah.
Then you could consider yourself LinkedIn.
Real.
Sit front row and get Jews from a kingpin. How he went through it, so you ain't gotta go do it. To not pay attention would be stupid. Talking about a man that probably put your grandfather on. Probably the reason that him and your grams got along. A man that generated millions on the block, did his time, never squilling to the cops. Mecca Audio.
Mecca what? Mecca Audio. Mecca what? Mecca Audio. Mecca what? Mecca Audio. Mecca what? Mecca Audio.
And we gon' do it like we gon' do it like we keep it moving like we gotta do it like
Get it live like 2 G's in the 90s. Drop top beamer so shiny. I let shorty go, she was whining. Treat her like my past, she behind me. Spin a couple bands on the Dapper Dan. You be back again, getting green like a Packers fan. No cap, it's a roaring uptown. They be horn uptown, Dominican bust downs. Now we on the positive. You